इस पे कैसे लगाऊं? प्रोफेशनल।
Is sensitive far or near? Near. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Chitaranya Charitamrit explains about Srimati Radhika, that Srimati Radhika is complete Shakti and Krishna is complete Shaktiman. That Krishna is complete Shaktiman and Radhaji is complete Shakti. If Krishna is compared with the moon, a complete moon, a full moon, if Krishna is compared with a full whole moon, then who Radhaji will be compared with? She will be compared with Purnima. Just like moon and Purnima, there is no difference between Chandra and Purnima. Srimati Radhika is Purnima Swarupini and Sri Krishna is a full moon. Just like on the day of a full moon, the moon is displayed in its whole form. It is a full moon on that day. On the 15th day of the month, on Purnima, a full moon can be seen. It is fully displayed. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said, so Krishna is like a Purna Chandra or a full moon. Similarly, Srimati Radhika is Purnima Swarupini. Just like a moon, just like there is no difference in a full moon and Purnima, like on the 15th day of the month. Just like that, Radhaji is complete energy of Krishna and Krishna is complete Shaktiman. There is no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman. There is no difference between Shakti and Shaktiman. Then again, through an example, they are explaining that Radha and Krishna both are one Sarup only. They are no two different things, they are one only. Just like fire and its burning and its heat potency is not different. The the heat potential or the burning potential is there in the fire, and these two are not different. Similarly, Krishna and his Shakti are not indifferent from each other. The energy is always there, but at some places it is displayed, while at other places it is not displayed. The energy belonging to certain thing is always there. For example, in human, we have the potential to see things, but when we sleep, then that same eye, we cannot see through that same eye when we are sleeping. Some people sleep with their eyes open. Even if that person sleeps with eyes open, they are not able to see. There is potential to see in those eyes, but when they are sleeping, it is not manifested, it is not displayed. Just like that, Bhagwan and its Shakti are displayed somewhere, and other places it is not displayed. In Sanskrit, it is called as Murta and Amurta, or manifested or unmanifested. When Krishna is living alone, he has that energy, but it is not manifested. But when when he desires to perform his Leela, then that same Shakti comes out and manifests a form to perform the Leela. Just like in Upanishads, it is said that Krishna in Vrindavan on the banks of Yamuna under Vanshivat, he's alone at that place. And Yamuna is flowing very beautifully. The nature is so beautiful. All the four directions are looking so beautiful. All the four directions are lighted by the rays of the moon. And the air of the spring season is flowing very melodiously. And at that point of time, there was a desire that came up in the mind of Krishna that I want to perform a Leela today. This is called the desire potential or the Icha Shakti of Krishna. And in his heart, it manifested in his heart. The desire to perform Leela, the potency, the desire to perform Leela emerged in the heart of Krishna. What was the desire? To perform Leela, and at the very same time, through the right hand of Krishna, it started shivering. The right hand of Krishna started shivering. And from that right hand of Krishna, but in this kalpa Baldev Prabhu manifested, and in some other kalpa and at the same time
60.
also at the same time a 16-year-old girl manifested, and through a side glance she attracted Krishna towards herself. Even though he's an Aptakam and Atmaram Purush, but when he took darshan of the 16-year-old girl, the girl started running and Krishna started running after the girl. Just like in a cinema, you see the actors doing such things, but in Upanishads it is a very pure thing. How beautiful, how beautiful how beautiful the 16-year-old girl is. She has beautiful curly hair that are going beyond her knees. They are so beautiful. Her hair are decorated with many sweet-smelling flowers. Her eyes, nose, her whole body is so attractive that it is very difficult to explain it using words. And when Krishna saw her, he started running after the girl. The girl started running and Krishna started running after the girl. Sometimes they are going up, sometimes they are going down, and Krishna is following the girl. And at the end, Krishna got hold of the girl and came back with her to the banks of Yamuna. So her name was Radha. Radha means Dha. Dha refers to why she was named Radha. All the desires of Krishna, one who can complete all the desires of Krishna is called Radha. Radha is someone who can complete all these. In all the Ved, Purana, Upanishads, it is explained. Even in Vedanta Sutra, Radha's name is there. She cannot see anything other than Krishna. That is why she is called Krishnamai. There is a Mayat Prat in Sanskrit. Like Jalmay. Like when there is lot of rain, so we call it Jalmay. Like all the Delhi got flooded in the rain. So did Delhi actually got flooded? No, it is a word that describes the intensity of the rain. Did all the things got underwater? No. But everything got submerged by water. But when we speak, the word that we use is called jalmaya. It's like being submerged in water, but it is not actually being submerged in water. So here they use the word Krishnamaya, which means that she does not look at any other thing other than Krishna. Inside or outside, she cannot see anything other than Krishna. That is why the eye of Srimati Radhika is blue colored. Just like Param Gurudev's eye was blue colored. Wherever she sees, she can see only one thing, and that is Krishna. When do you have such kind of a condition? It is only there in Mahabharata. These are the characteristics of an Uttam Bhagavat. All the jivas do a seva of Bhagavan according to their own potential, according to their bhav. The kind of person you are, you will have that same kind of bhav. Whatever feeling you have while doing bhajan, you will get Bhagavan in that form only. When you are doing sadhan, whatever feeling you have while doing aradhana of your Ishtadev, you will get darshan in that form only. In Prem Moti Chandrika Granth it is explained that when a sadhak is doing bhajan, the main focus should be on what feelings we have when we are doing bhajan. And Bhagwan is called Bhavagrahi Janardhan, which means he takes the feelings of an individual. When that sadhak becomes siddha, and then he reaches the parikar stage. So when you are doing sadhan, whatever type of sadhan you will continue doing, the bhav, the feeling you will have while doing the sadhan, you will get the same thing in your siddhi form. So for Srimati Radhika, the word Krishnamai is used. So how did she get Radharani? Ra means anuraga, and Dha means to run. To run with anurag is love. So Dha means to run. Radha Naam is so beautiful. So in Radha Tattva it is given that just like fire and its burning capacity or the heat potential is not different. It is there in the natural form. Just like the kasturi and the scent of kasturi that is there in the abdomen of a deer, the smell of the deer, the kasturi smell, the person is there only, but his smell or its can expand to different forms. Similarly, Radha and Krishna for doing Leela, performing Leela to they expand and so Sambhog and or Milan and Viraya occurs at that time. These are the two sides of the coin. These are the two sides of a coin. The Viraya and Milan. These are the two sides of a coin. The value of the coin is the same. On one side, there is the Ashok symbol on the coin, and on the other side, there is the one one symbol printed, but the value is same. You cannot divide or differentiate it. They remain the same. Their value remains the same. You cannot differentiate it into. You cannot cut it into. Similarly, love is a thing where it is where love is same. Viraya and love. These are like the two sides of a coin which cannot be separated. Like a coin has two sides, love also has two sides. Viraya and Milan. Premamai Radha and Premamai Krishna, they are the one and the same thing. That Radha and Krishna are the two same things, but for doing that the one and the same thing, but for doing Leela, they take two different forms. So what is Radha Tattva? One is Tattva and another is Ras. Both of the two things need to be discussed. Tattva Vichar and Ras Vichar. Just like a river is flowing, it has two banks. They flow parallelly. Similarly, in the same way, Milan and Vira they go parallelly. Another example is tattva-siddhanta and rasa-siddhanta. Jiva Goswami Pa describes they explain that a person whose tattva-siddhanta gets very much stable and strong, his rasa-siddhanta will automatically get stable, and it is directly affecting the rasa-siddhanta. If you are deeply engrossed in only the rasa tattva, then it is not good. Some go in the Gyan-marga. But there was a story, one Shishya bought cabbage for Gurudev and gave it to the cook to prepare it for Gurudev. So for the first time, he saw the cabbage. So that person gave the cabbage to the cook and left for his office. So when he took off one leaf, he saw that, oh, there are more leaves. Similarly, he said that there is nothing inside, there is only leaf. From the start to the end, there is only leaf. So he gave it to the cow to eat. He threw it away and gave it to the cow. So when that person returned and asked that, did you prepare the cabbage that I had given to you for Gurudev? He said, what did you bring? It was only leaf. What did you bring? Does anyone eat leaf? There was no flower, no fruit inside, so I threw it away. I threw it to the cow. So he said, oh fool, that was only what needed to be prepared. You had to prepare the vegetable from those leaves only. You need to chop it very finely and prepare sabji. Have you ever made cabbage sabji? How do you prepare it? You need to chop it very finely. And then the vegetable, if you chop it roughly, then you should feed it to the cows. To make a nice sabji, you need to chop it the more fine you chop, the better the vegetable gets prepared. It becomes more delicious. Otherwise, it's like feeding cows and buffaloes if you are chopping it very big. So what a knowledgeable person does. So what Gyanis do, they say neti neti, they say this is not there, this is not there. They keep on doing that. They say this is not Bhagwan, this is not Shakti. In Shastra, everything is written. It is given in the books that there is Shakti of Bhagavan Vishnu, but the Jnani or the knowledgeable, they say they do not accept the concept of Shakti. On some places they accept the energy or the Shakti, but they do not accept the Shakti man. If you see Ravan, he took the Shakti, he took Sita. And what did Kans do? He got scared in the fear of Krishna. He got scared of the Shaktiman, he got scared of Krishna. He was scared, he was afraid of Krishna. Both are very inferior. So you need to follow both Shakti and Shaktiman. So you need to follow both Krishna and Shakti of Krishna. The impartialist, they have belief in Brahma, but they do not want to accept the Shakti of Brahma. They believe in Brahma but not in its Shakti or the energy. If there is a thing, that thing will have a potential, a potency. That will definitely be there. You cannot separate the two. So if you go only in tattva vichar, you might become a jnani. And then you will keep on debating. If you become a jnani, you will say, no, this is not there, this is not there. You cannot establish a thing through debate. It is given in the Shastras that it is very difficult to establish something through a debate. How does a thing get established? Only by Shuddha Bhakti. Through your knowledge and all the other stuffs, you cannot establish bhakti. When Krishna manifests himself in your heart, only then you will be able to feel bhakti. So for that, what you have to do is that you have to do sadhana through sadhu, shraddha, bhajan kriya, anarti, bhava prema. Then you go in other higher forms. Modan, Manakhya, Mahabhav. These stages are explained in the Shastras. That is why it is said Mahabhav Sarupini Srimati Radhika. How beautiful Radha Tattva is. Just by saying Shakti, it is not the end. There are different importance of the manifestation of the Shakti. You have energy or not? What energy do you have? To see. To see, I said. You have the energy to see. But sometimes it is there and sometimes it is not there. See, now you are seeing. You are using your energy. When you are not able to use this energy of yours, it is when you sleep. So how do you see a dream? Do you put spectacles when you sleep to see the dream? Some people say that how will you see a dream? Some people say that let me wear spectacles while sleeping so that I get clear dreams. No, this is not how things work. It is a thing that happens by your mind. There is the sight potential in our eyes. This idea is right or not? You have the seeing potential in your eyes. Otherwise, how will you be able to see the things around you? Just like that, it is said that Krishna's Shakti is eternally present. It is always there in some form. Just like Kasturi and the smell of Kasturi, the deer Kasturi and his smell, the fire and its burning or the heat potential is always there. Similarly, Radha and Krishna are one form, but just for Leela, they take different forms. Just like that, Krishna is God Himself. And all the different types of ras manifest from Him. Krishna is called a Rasa-swarup. Krishna is a Rasa-swarup himself. It is explained in the Upanishads. Rupa Goswami Pad in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Grantha in a shlok beautifully explains that what is Krishna Tattva. That it is Akhil Rasamrita Sindhu. How does Krishna have that taste of rasa when he's the rasa swarup? He takes the taste of ras by becoming the rasa swarup. Radha ji's pran swarup is called Krishna. Akhil Rasamrat Sindhu. He's he has the 12 rust, 5 mukhya ras. There are 7 gond ras and 5 main ras. There is one main ras, and the rest 7 they help to complete that one rasa. So when you add it, you get 8. You get Ashsatvik Vikar. Then there is Sanchari Bhav. So when 49 ras collaborate, they form the Sanchari Bhav. If you have all the components to make a dish in the kitchen, but it depends on you how much ingredients, what amount, the measure of ingredients you used to create a particular dish. When you are making something, you have all the different vegetables there in your kitchen. You even have the spices with you, you have the oil and everything, whatever you need. You have the 5 spice. Like cumin, turmeric, different ingredients. You are given all the different ingredients. But it depends on you that how much amount of a particular ingredient you use to make that particular dish. Did you understand? There are many things who do not need much spices. They just need salt, pepper, and a little bit of ginger. It is the way you make that thing. It is a cooking is an art. It is there's difference between kela and kala. Kela is banana and kala is art. So cooking is an art. So the more art you have, the nicer you cook. So what I mean to say is how the rasa manifests itself and how it becomes relishable at the end. Krishna is Rasa Swarup himself, but how he relishes those rasa. Krishna is the Vishay Vigraha, and what is Srimati Radhika? She is Ashray Vigraha. So under the guidance of Ashray Vigraha, Vishay Vigraha, Krishna doing the seva of the Vishay Vigraha is the ultimate goal that we have to follow. The Ashray Vigraha, the origin of Ashray Vigraha, Swarupini Srimati Radhika. If you do not take the guidance, of Srimati Radhika, then you won't be able to do seva of the Vishay Vigraha or Krishna. So you have to go, you have to be a part of under the guidance of Srimati Radhika. Doing seva under the guidance of Srimati Radhika is the main motive of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. This is shown. That is why we're saying Radha ji's pran swarup is Shri Krishna. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is explained that along with Srimati Radhika Rani, the moon like Krishna is always established. Whatever a speaker wants to say, you can guess that whatever a speaker wants to say by the invocation that they use at the very by the invocation they start. The bhava is explained at the very beginning of the speech that is given by a speaker. Similarly, like Granth also have the invocation shloks. So through those shloks, you can get the idea of what actually the Granth is about. So in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Grantha, Srimati Radhika Swami Pada is giving this beautiful shlok, Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu. What do I plan to write in this book? What I am trying to explain in this book, he's giving it through that invocation, this invocation shlok of his. How beautiful. Who is Svapaksha-gopi? Radhaji. Who is Vipaksha? It is Chandravali. And who is the Tathastha? Tatastha or the marginal ones are those. There is no tatastha, there is no marginal or in between something. You cannot stay in a in like a marginal potency in some form. You need to take some side. It is not, you cannot stay in the middle. There is no particular definite place. When you talk about the marginal place, the marginal potency, you cannot stay there. After some time, you really need to take some side. See, when you see the end of a river, when the water meets the land, the thing that is there in the middle is called the tat or the bank. But sometimes the water flow increases and sometimes it decreases. During high tides, the water flow increases. During low tides, the water flow decreases. So you cannot stay on the margin for long. You need to take some side. The one that is friend of the Sapaksha becomes Tatastha for read Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Read about Sapaksha, Vipaksha, Tatastha. But there are these three, Radha, Chandravali. One is Sapaksha, one is Vipaksha. Where does Lalita or all those come then? They come in Sapaksha. So who goes to Chandravali, Padma and others, they go to Chandravali. And in Svetapaksha, Shamla and all these gopis are named. And the others, they are like on the margin, but they do take sides. Sapaksha, Svipaksha, Vipaksha and Tatastha. Those who are in Sapaksha of Srimati Radhika, they become Tatastha, the marginal potency for Chandravali. And for Chandravali, those who are in support of Chandravali, they become Tatastha for, or the marginal one for Srimati Radhika. You have to read it. So in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, in the invocation sloka, it is given that what I need to explain in this Granth, what I am explaining in this Granth, the different stages of Bhakti, in the different gradation or the stages of Bhakti. There are different types of Bhakti. How many types of Bhakti are there? Alok Siddha, Sarup Siddha, Sakami Bhakti, Nishkami Bhakti. There are so many different types of Bhakti. If you see, then there are 81 types of devotional service to Lord. If you see, then there are 81 types of devotional service to the Lord. Shuddha Bhakti, Mishra Bhakti, Gyan Mishra, Arup Siddha, Karmeshra Bhakti. There are so many types of Bhakti, Saguna Bhakti, Nirguna Bhakti, Sakami Bhakti, Nishkami Bhakti. There are so many types of Bhakti. What is Bhakti? Bhakti means Seva. And Seva can be of different types. It can Arup Siddha, Sang Siddha, Sarup Siddha. Shuddha Bhakti is Anya Abhilashita Shunyam. How beautiful shlok this is. If we see the definition of Bhakti, where has Bhakti came out from? It is from Srimati Radhika. It has come. Bhaj means Seva. Where is the epitome of Seva? Where it is completely manifested. Who is the epitome of Seva? It is Srimati Radhika. Because it is only Srimati Radhika who knows Krishna 100%. If you do seva according to the person whom you want to offer your seva to, then that person becomes happy. In Prem Sapun Grantha Vishwanath Chakravartipad is showing that Krishna came in the form of of a of a female demigod. That how beautifully Krishna took the form of a female goddess or female demigod. How beautiful he looked. In Prem Samput Granth it is given that how Krishna himself came in the form of a devangana and is asking Radhaji, please tell that you love Krishna, okay? So why do you fight with Krishna? Why do you demand with Krishna? So what? Why? Because the meaning of love is to give happiness. Love is giving happiness. So why do you fight or why do you demand with Krishna? Krishna himself is saying that when Radhaji does man and she curses me, he says that I become so happy at that time when she curses me. All the Veda and Shastras, all of them fail in front of her. All of these things also fail in front of those curses. When Radha and the gopis, they curse Krishna. It looks so beautiful. It gives so much happiness to Krishna. Where there is love, then the curse words also seem sweet to you. But if there is no love, then the sweet words might also be curse words for you. And in Prem Samput Radhaji, when Krishna is asking this question as the female demigoddess, that why are you doing man, then Radhaji is replying that when I do this man, my beloved gets happiness. So just for his happiness, I do I do man. For his eternal happiness, for his happiness, I'm doing this man. Because Radhaji knows that how will Krishna become happy. But if you're doing it, otherwise it becomes a drama. If you know and you're still doing it, it becomes drama. If you know that I'm a particular person, but that is just for to attract different people. You're not doing it actually for the happiness of the other person. In a drama, when you're doing, you're just attracting the hearts of other people that are watching the drama. After the drama is over, everything comes back to normal. Until the time you were on stage, you were crying. You were playing the role of Sita and you were like crying. So in the Ramayana, the characters, when they participated in the Ramayana, so on the time they are on stage to attract the hearts of people, how beautifully they are performing their role, they are crying, they are laughing. But as soon as they exit the stage, so this is called as drama, which is not actually true. But Radhaji, she's not performing any drama. No, she's not performing any drama. By Yoga Maya, she actually attracts the heart of Krishna. And similarly, Krishna, through Yoga Maya, he performs a lila wherein he also attracts the heart of the gopis. Krishna himself is saying that Yoga Maya is doing everything at that point of time. Krishna is saying that I forget myself at that point of time. At that point of time, I considered me an ordinary cowherd boy, and Radhika ji considers herself as an ordinary cowgirl. There are two things that are simultaneously there in God. One is sarvajnata and another is mugdhata. Knowing everything and not knowing everything at the very same time. This characteristic is only there in God, and in no human it is present. When Brahmaji kidnapped all the cowherd boys, what Krishna did at that time? So at that point of time, just like an ordinary boy, he became scared that where my friends are, where my where are my little cows or my calves, where are they? He became scared at that point of time. The food that he had in his hand, the sugar and curd mixed rice, it was still there in his hand, and with that also he was shivering, he was being scared, he was looking for his friends. He was looking everywhere for them, his friends. Just like a person, if he enters an unknown jungle and if he gets separated from the group, he gets scared. Similarly, Krishna became very scared at that time. He said that my friends were here only, the calves are also here. There are no calves, there are no friends. He became scared. His throat dried, his face got pale. This Leela was because of Yogamaya. And then Krishna thought at the same time that, oh Brahma, you are considering me an ordinary human? You kidnapped my cows and my friends. He manifested 1,000 friends and cows at that time. And then in one form Krishna went to the Brahma-lok. In the form of Brahma, he went to the Krishna, manifested himself in the form of Brahma and went to the Brahma-lok. And he entered the Brahma-lok and said to the gods, and then he said that there is another person who has 4 heads who is coming, and he went inside. And when Brahmaji came back, and when Brahmaji came back to his place, to the Brahma-lok, the guards, the security guards, he said, go run away, where have you come from? My God already has came inside, and he has also said that there is another person who is coming in disguise, who is a four-faced person who is coming in disguise. So do not let that person enter the Brahma-lok. If you have kept a security guard and then you try to enter your own house and the security guard says that do not enter, then what will you feel? The security guards did not let Brahmaji enter his own Brahma-lok. So Brahmaji was saying, oh, what is this thing? So he returned back from the Brahma-lok and started thinking, what is this? Came back to the... And then when he again came back to the place where he kidnapped, but now what he sees is that the same Krishna is playing with his coward friends, and they are playing the way they were before. He said that I kidnapped all of them, but how come they are here? Then he again went to the cave to see, but there he saw all the friends of Krishna were fainted. But on the other hand, they were playing with Krishna, so he got very, very confused. First, he was not allowed to enter his own home, and second, they were still the people that he kidnapped. But on the other hand, they were performing, and they were playing with his friends. Krishna was playing with his friends. They were cow grazing with his friends. So Brahmaji started thinking. Brahmaji thought that I think I got confused. So by 2 faces of Brahma, he saw towards the cave, and through the other 2 faces, he saw towards the Krishna. Sometimes we feel that this is an illusion. Sometimes the things are not clear. We rub our eyes to see. So Brahmaji also was very confused and perplexed at the time. So Bhagavan wanted Brahma to see who these calves and who these sakhas are. All of them manifested with a Chaturbhuja Roop, where they have 4 limbs and 4 feet. And then Brahmaji said, oh, this is my Ishtadev. Who is the Ishtadev of Brahma? It is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. He said, oh, this is my Ishtadev. And then again, when he saw them, he saw Krishna. And then he thought that, oh, this is Krishna. This is God himself. The Ekadashai, Garbhodakshai and Tridashai, they are one God himself. Then Brahmaji said, oh, I did aparadh. I took Krishna for an ordinary boy. And then he started doing stuff stuti. in the feet of Krishna. He did he did about 40 stutis. Through 40 shloks he started doing the stutis. But still Krishna did not got happy because he committed aparad. But in the very end he spoke one shlok. Krishna. But then that shlok had Braj-vasi bhava. So Krishna became happy listening to that one shlok only. In all the shloks he did not he did not touch anything about Braja, so he got 0 marks for all the other shloks. But for that one particular shlok there was Braj bhav. How does Krishna become happy when you talk about the Brajvasis, the people of Braj? You talk about Brajvasis. Oh, how Brajvasis consider themselves as a family, how consider Krishna as a family member, how superior these people are, how lucky the Brajvasis are. In Vedas and Puranas also, it is very rare thing. Govinda Adi Purusham Tamhanava. This that how the Sanatan Purush, that is the God himself, how is he acting like a normal family member to these Brajvasis? Just like you feed your son or you twist the ear of your son, just like that, how there is so much love and affection of the Brajvasis and the Krishna, just like a family. So Brahmaji is saying that while describing Krishna, if someone takes name of Brajvasis, then Krishna becomes happy. He smiled at that time. So Brahmaji thought that, okay, now he became happy, and then he ran away from there. He did parikrama of Krishna at that time. He did 3 parikramas of. See, usually we do 4 parikramas, but why did he do 3 parikramas? Why? Because he was confused and then he was scared. He was in a hurry, so he did only 3 parikramas. He was scared that maybe he might get in a bad mood again. So Brahmaji did only 3 times parikrama. He want how many times you should do Mandir parikrama? It is 4 times. You should do 4 times parikrama of Thakurji. But Brahmaji only did parikrama 3 times. First was the reason because he was scared. He forgot to count, and the other was he wanted to go away fast because he thought that he might get angry again, and now he's happy, so I should just run when he's happy. Doing Narayan Upasana is hard, but in Braja there is no dosha. In Gita it is said that if the sequence of in bhakti gets a little distorted or broken, then also Bhagavana lets that thing go. So that is the difference between vaidhi-marga and Raga-marga. I'm not saying do it knowingly. If unknowingly something happens, then you are Do not break the sequence knowingly, but if unknowingly you do, it is still considered okay. Then again we come back to ras and tattva. Take ras along with ras and ras with tattva. So take both of these things simultaneously. If you only take tattva, then you will become a jnani, and if you take only ras, you will become sahajiya. Understand what is sahajiya? So take rasa and tattva both simultaneously. Just like when making a house, the base has to be very strong. Ras is the house you make, and the tattva is the fundamentals you lay before you construct the house. So both of them are equally important. So remember the 49 ingredients that I talked about. That what should be the amount? Just like in the kitchen, you have to memorize the quantity of each ingredient before you make a dish. Some dishes require less salt, and while other things require more salt. But you cannot have. There is no food without salt. If you make sabji using all the other ingredients, but you forget salt, then even that food becomes tasteless. So if you're doing all the tattva, but you're not listening about Srimati Radhika, then it is like food without salt. So Radha Tattva is Param Tattva. To understand Krishna, you need to know about the Radha Tattva. Those who know, those who know, you have to take the guidance. You have to take shelter of those people who know the Radha Tattva. So you have to take the ashray, the guidance of Srimati Radhika. Krishna is our aradhya, but who worships Krishna? It is Radhika. So our worship, so who we have to worship it is Srimati Radhika. Those who worship Radha are called as Gaudiyas. Those who do not worship Radhika are not called as Gaudiyas. Those who worship Krishna are called as Karshni. Those who worship Krishna are called as Karshni. Those who worship Ganesha are called Ganpatya. Those who worship Shakti are called as Shaktya. Those who worship Sun are called as Saurya. And Radha ji is Shakti Tattva. So that are called as Shaktya. The original Shakti is Radha. So Gaudiyas are called as Shuddha Shaktya, or the true worshippers of Srimati Radhika. The main energy is Srimati Radhika. So Gaudiya Vaishnava are called as Shuddha Shaktya. The true worshippers. Gaudiya are the true worshippers of Srimati Radhika. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is said Gaura. Go means Govinda and Ra means Radha. He's the He's the combined form of Srimati Radhika and Krishna. Not performing only Krishna, not even performing Radha. Worshipping both the conjugal couple. The Yugal Kishore, the conjugal couple. This is the feeling. Not worshipping only one, but both. Not only worshipping Radha, not even worshipping Krishna separately, but worshipping them as one. But still having ekantik nishta or one-pointedness to Srimati Radhika. So there are Krishna Nishta Sakhi, Radha Nishta Sakhi, and Ubhay Nishta Sakhi. Radha Nishta Sakhis are only called as manjaris. These are the 5 types of Sakhis: Nitya Sakhi, Prana Sakhi. The Nitya Sakhi and Prana Sakhis are called as manjaris, who have the Bhavalla Sarati. And all of the bhav that Srimati Radhika has in her heart, they naturally get manifested in the hearts of these manjaris. Having one pointed Shraddha towards Srimati Radhika, then these bhav of Srimati Radhika, they manifest in the hearts of the manjaris. You do not have to do anything separately. That is why it is said, the shlok is said, in the Grantha and Shastras, it is said that how will we be able to do bhakti is by being one pointedness in the feet of Srimati Radhika. Raghunath Swami how beautifully explains that you need to be one pointed in the feet of Srimati Radhika. You have to do Vrindavan Vas. And not just in Vrindavan, but in the place that is under the monopoly of Srimati Radhika. The places that are under the direct monopoly of Srimati Radhika in Vrindavan, you have to reside in those places. You have to stay at those places. What is the topmost place of Srimati Radhika? That is the Radha Kunda. No one can easily enter that place. Not even Chandravali can even enter. Even Jatila, Kotila, Chandravali, no one can enter that place. Chandravali can even reach Govardhan. Jatila, Kotila can also reach Govardhan, but on Radha Kundan, their entry is prohibited. It is completely surrounded and protected by Yogamaya. Chandravali and all these people cannot enter Radha Kunda. Is there any Pandit or any person who does not want to reside in Radha Kunda? No. All the Leelas of Radha and Krishna are performed in the. Even if you're not able to stay on Radha Kunda with your body, you can stay by your mind.